Welcome to The Explainer. Think about how long scientific breakthroughs usually take. Decades, right? Well, what if that's all about to change? Today, we're going to look at how AI is stepping up from just being a tool to being a full-on co-researcher. And yeah, it's completely rewriting the timeline for discovery. And this image, it just perfectly captures it, doesn't it? For literally centuries, science has been this ruling marathon, just an incredible amount of painstaking work year after year. But what if AI could turn that whole marathon into a sprint? That's what we're talking about.
Okay, so to really get what a big deal this is, we've got to start with the old way of doing things. The massive, massive time commitment that has always been part of science.
Seriously, for centuries, getting from a question to an actual discovery has been an absolute grind. Just imagine spending months, or heck, even years, just reading paper after paper, all to find one little unanswered question. And then only then do you get to the slow, meticulous part of collecting and analyzing data. This whole old school process just creates these huge bottlenecks. It really limits the kinds of big, ambitious questions scientists can even think about asking.
But what if? What if you could just smash right through those bottlenecks? Well, this is where this really powerful new idea comes into play, the AI co-researcher. Think of it as a force multiplier, a way to seriously amp up human brain power.
All right, so first up on your new AI Dream Team, you've got large language models, LLMs for short. These things are like your tireless idea generators. I'm talking brainstorming brand new hypotheses, taking a super dense 30-page paper and boiling it down to the key points, or even getting a first draft of your manuscript on paper. It's a huge head start. Then you've got the AI agents. These are your task managers, and they're autonomous. So you can give an agent a pretty complex goal, like, hey, go survey all the research on this topic and tell me where the gaps are. And it just goes off and does it. It'll run that whole multi-step plan all on its own. And rounding out the team, you'll have the specialized AI tools. These are your precision instruments, right? Your scalpels. Each one is built to be an expert at one specific, super important part of the research process, like analyzing how other papers cite a specific work, or just putting your literature review on hyperdrive. So this table really lays out how you'd put that team together. And here's the thing, it's not about finding one single magic tool that does everything. It's all about strategy. You can see right here, for just spitballing creative ideas, an LLM is absolutely your best friend. But if you're doing a really systematic literature review, an AI agent or a specialized tool is going to be way more efficient. The whole game is about matching the right AI partner to the right research task. That's the key. Okay, so you've got this incredible new AI-powered team. What does the research process actually look like now? Let's walk through the workflow and see how it all comes together, step by step. So, phase one. This is often the hardest part of any research project, right? Just figuring out what hasn't been done yet. Finding that one critical, juicy gap in what we know. Now, instead of spending months, literally months, buried in the library stacks, a researcher can just give the AI a direct instruction, a prompt, just like this one. With one simple request, they can get the AI to map out an entire field of study. A task that used to take months can now be done in minutes. That's just wild. And look at the result. It's so powerful. The AI takes this mountain of information. We're talking key theories, who the top researchers are, what the big debates are, and it just funnels it all down into one single crucial insight, a specific, actionable gap in our knowledge. Just this one step alone can save a scientist a mind-boggling amount of time. All right, so you've got your question. Awesome. Now you need a rock-solid plan to actually answer it. Let's talk about designing the experiment. And again, it all comes down to giving a good, structured prompt. You see here, a researcher is basically asking the AI to draft a whole experimental protocol from scratch. They're telling it exactly what to include, forcing it to think through all the critical pieces of a really solid scientific study. And bam, here's what it spits out. A really comprehensive outline that covers everything from the variables to the step-by-step procedures. And get this, it even suggests potential pitfalls to watch out for. This helps the scientist fine-tune their design to be as cheap and efficient as possible before they ever spend a dime or a minute in the lab. That's a game changer. Okay, let's pause for a second. Seeing how fast an AI can spitball ideas and outline whole experiments, it's pretty amazing, but it brings up a really important practical question, right?
With all this help, who's actually in charge here? Who's doing the science? And this is the absolute key takeaway. AI is an incredibly powerful assistant, but it is not a replacement. Think of it this way. The AI can generate ideas, draft text, and automate the grunt work. But the human researcher? They are still the captain of the ship. They're the one validating the facts, questioning the assumptions, and, this is the big one, owning the actual scientific insight.
Of course, this partnership comes with some big responsibilities. First off, you have to verify everything, and I mean everything. You have to actively fight against what we call AI hallucinations. That's a weird term, but it's just when an AI makes something up and states it like it's a fact. So you have to fact check. You also need to be totally transparent about using these tools, protect any sensitive data, and at the end of the day, you, the human, are the one who is 100% accountable for the work.
So when you take the insane efficiency of a machine and you pair it, responsibly, with human creativity and critical thinking, you're not just speeding things up a little bit, you're unlocking a completely new way of doing science, a whole new paradigm for discovery. So let's be clear, it is not about replacement, it's about amplification. This whole symbiotic relationship is designed to free up scientists from all the tedious, boring stuff so they can focus their brain power on what really matters, asking bigger, bolder, more creative questions than they ever could before. And that really leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? As all these old barriers to research just start to crumble, we are stepping into an era of scientific acceleration like we've never seen. The pace of discovery itself is changing forever. So the only real question left is, what's the next big breakthrough you want to see? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.